Of our total forage base, we probably are approaching 50% native warm season grasses. We get along good with that with our stocker programs. We have a smaller cow-calf herd. We typically buy or lease stockers in the summertime. Last year, for instance, we had 100 head on a unit south of here that was in real good shape with native warm season grass. And that unit averaged 2.78 pounds a day. I got paid 40 cents a pound on the gain, and I was very happy with the income on the pastures, and the cattleman was he was very happy with his return, and that's the kind of things we've seen we can get. This year we started out so cold and wet, it really set the native back, and we probably grazed this paddock just a little bit long just due to the scheduling and that. And right when we pulled them off a couple of weeks ago, we had that 8 to 10 inches of rain in a week-long period, and water just stood everywhere, and it even set the warm season grass back a little bit. But as you can see, it's just coming back now, but we're in a situation now where we're probably going to keep the cattle off of here for 2 to 3 more weeks and probably hit this one more time before fall. And but overall, it's worked really good with our grazing systems. We typically use our fescue for stockpiling. Right now I've got just south of here 300 some acres of fescue that we're stockpiling all summer, and we probably won't put cattle on there till into October. And so we kind of use fescue as our transition acres and our stockpiling acres, and of course the native, it's our primary grazing about the middle of April through the latest, the middle of September. That's kind of the way we follow it. Last year we had that flash drought at the end of the summer, and we really never noticed it from a gain perspective. We didn't have as much growth going into the winter, and consequently our burns weren't quite as good. And we're taking it a little bit easier on these pastures this year since we had a tough year on them last year. And with the water we've had this summer, we think we'll get a lot of good growth going into fall, and have the fuel for a real good burn for next year. And the thing I've noticed about native is if you overdo it one year, just take it a little bit easier on it the next. I mean, it's tougher than people think. It's just got to be managed. You know, the opposite of fescue, literally, that in the opposite season. But there's no question about the potential on gains and the cattle health. That's the thing I can't emphasize enough. Almost all of our hay is native warm season grass hay. So that helps our cattle that are even on, we have some of our cow herd on strictly fescue pastures, and but they get to eat warm season grass hay in the winter. And we don't feed a lot of hay. We tend to want to stockpile as much as we can. But it just seems like even if they're on these pastures for just a portion of the year, it just makes for a healthier animal, and you know, they just seem to do better in general. But we've been very impressed with the warm season grasses.